Hey, howdy, hello, hi. What up? What's going on? It is Wednesday, hump day for some, comic book deep dive for others. Which one are you? Are you out here humping and bumping, getting that money, or are you in here hanging out, chilling with your man D Real? Um, and the Comics in Review Wednesday deep dive. We're gonna get into it here in a little bit, and just to show you that I don't be flaking. I just be shaking and baking. I don't know why I feel like rhyming like a old school rapper. Um, maybe because I'm an old school rapper at heart. Anyways, um, I'll run through these again before I, get in. We got Phantom #4 by Ray Fox and Russell Olson. This was a very comic strip Saturday morning. Well, not Saturday morning, but comic strip kind of. If you remember comic strips in the newspaper where they have a little and you read it and you had to get the next day's paper to continue that story. So that was an easy transition for me. What'd you say, Kamayo? Word on the street. The Phantom got popped, but he the ghost that walks. Yeah, we gonna get into that tonight too. Also, my man Space Ghost by David Pepos and Jonathan Lau. He meets the antimatter man. Well, I don't have to tell you about what happens when antimatter comes into contact with matter, at least from a fictional standpoint. Yeah, it was ugly. But but anyways, and then I got two DCKO all night. I mean, all night, all fight month fights that we gonna cover in the deep dive because they were one was interesting physically and the other one was interesting because of the psychological, the mental involved in it. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. It, it Harley Quinn versus Zatanna. Like I said in the video, you think this here would be, you know what I'm saying? It's live. You know what I'm saying? Burnt. She done. I remember that because I used to play Justice League Heroes on the PlayStation 2. What you know about that? Theo might know something about it. But yeah, Zatanna's a whole problem. I mean, she's magic. So she should be shaking everything up. However, as Batman can tell you, crazy should be a stat all its own. You know what I mean? And a level of crazy you got makes you, you know what I mean, go nuts in a certain kind of way. But yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying these because I'm not like me and Kamoyo was talking about the other day. The twist with them is like so. I didn't see that coming. So it's like it's refreshing. It's a refreshing comic book read in that sense, as I'm not able to predict what's going to happen next as I turn the pages because generally y'all call me the prophet, right? So generally, as I'm reading the book, I figure, oh, because of this, and this is gonna go down. And I don't even want to take a guess at it when the stakes are like they are in these battles. So, oh, it's a whole party now then. Okay, we up in here. We are definitely up in here. My brother Theo B is in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got Groovy always rocking the spot. Appreciate you, dog. And of course, whoever them other couple of people is in the back, they don't want to come out and say hi. But that's all right. You can be a part of the deep dive, even though you ain't being a part of the deep dive. Viewing pleasure. I get that. Cool. I'm with all that. Do it how you do it. All right. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with this one right here, man. And I love these variant covers because this by far has to be the craziest variant cover I done seen for a comic. Are you playing with me? Wonder Woman versus Lobo. Round 3. This is the one immediately following Superman versus Captain Atom. So this is the next bout right after that. When we open it up, something that you don't get in the video. And here's why you should be deep diving with me. You ready? God is clipping his toenails and watching the world on TV with a remote. Not quite how you expect a bout between Lobo and Wonder Woman to go. Because that's what I said. But then it made me think of that Lobo 4-issue miniseries back in the 90s. Are we getting ready to get some supernatural involvement? So Wonder Woman and Lobo fighting catches the attention of the presence, who is, and for all intents and purposes, the one above all equivalent in DC Comics. So this is basically God. And it's a series of punches and socks and kicks and feints and evades, and you even get an 8-bit picture of Lobo climbing into the ring. You know what I'm saying? And I can hear like that Street Fighter music playing. You know what I'm saying? And so did that take some of y'all back? Anyways, Lobo is fighting Wonder Woman in a galactic arena. So the galaxy gets to see this shit. And Wonder Woman comes walking up like, I know I'm the shit. Cause it's me. This is how I do. And you see which version of Wonder Woman it is, right? You get basic, well, not basic, but standard. There we go. Better word. Standard Wonder Woman. Okay. When the fight starts off, Wonder Woman is, you know what I'm saying, melee fighter, right? So Wonder Woman is in there ducking, bobbing, and weaving and counterpunch. Well, not even counterpunching, because Lobo can't even land a shot on her yet. And she just bat. You know what I'm saying? She running shots on him. She running shots on him. Popping him. Bat. You know what I'm saying? Because she a melee fighter. Lobo is a brawler. Okay. A brawler, depending on their strength or whatever, is always a dangerous fighter to fight in any arena. Because in a lot of cases, a brawler is willing to wade into damage to get close enough to you to start dispensing pain. But in this instance, since this for all the marbles, this the, you know what I'm saying, you do or you die, literally, he grabbing hair. He grabbing hair and bow and knocked the heck out of Wonder Woman. Now, Wonder Woman like, oh, we doing it like that. So she pulling out that lasso. And you get this like like in this cover art, or maybe that was the inspiration. That right there, you get that. She on Lobo like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down like that in round one. But this is how it ends for Wonder Woman. She literally got punched unalive. That was the KO. Dang. And the thing about it, he telling her stuff like, wow. And we get it all. Fragging Bastitch. And just beat her. Okay? It didn't even take that long. Now, what was that? 1, 2, 3 pages. Fight done. See what I'm saying? That's how you know somebody is powerful, because it ain't taking them long to dispense with their opponent. Just, you're done. So, got to give. And I guess my whole thought, and it's kind of like what Kamoyo said earlier, makes sense. I would do the same, except I would have an angel do it because I'm God. Right. Okay. Okay. I guess what I'm getting at is we know there's going to be some intervention of some sort. But what kind? Sit tight. Keep watching. You're gonna find out. Hey, Grand Madam, how you doing? You're never late. You might be tardy though. Wonder Woman and Lobo. I'll do that for you. We just got into it. Lobo just beat Wonder Woman in the first round. Literally beat her unalive. Okay. But we were dealing with a standard Wonder Woman. Round 2. Oh, I know, because I got that. I got that image for a reason. Wonder Woman chose to square up for round 2 in this. Because remember, kiddies, in the second round, you get to choose your form. So if there's a more powerful version of you, you can be that more powerful version. If there's a more skilled, whatever the situation allows. And in the case of Diana, her ideal form is, get ready. Her ideal form is to fight with her sisters by her side. So she get to cheat where Captain Atom didn't get to cheat. I mean, Captain Atom was going after the Apocalypse Heart, but still, they say choose your form, and Captain Atom said, "I want all forms of me." Got to cheat. You cheating. So Wonder Woman say, "This is my ultimate form, being able to fight with a 4-on-1 fight now." So 4 of us get to pile on Lobo. Oh, what you say? What other female superhero has gold wings? I like this form of Diana. Yeah, this is her all out war outfit. When I'm going to war, this is what I'm wearing. But this armor made its debut, ironically, in Kingdom Come. Remember Kingdom Come? That's the first time we saw this armor right here. But it was updated or modernized because now she rocked it, I think, in Worlds at War. And she had it on kinda in the movie. Yeah, it is, ain't it though? But yeah, I feel like, and I like Wonder Woman. You know, people know me, know I like some Wonder Woman. I feel like that's cheating. And and Diana's getting away with it because she gets to fight 4-on-1 because that's her ideal form. You know what I'm saying? And the heart told them fighters may choose their preferred battle form as I have chosen an arena. And the arena he chose was Themysciran. Uh-oh. And told them fight as if you were Darkseid himself. Ruthless, no mercy. Oh, well, when you want to render, I got plenty pictures. Or you could just go look up Wonder Woman Armor Kingdom Come, and then that's got like an actual, you know, how Alex Ross does it, actual realistic picture. But yeah, so Lobo chooses the new 52 version of Lobo that couldn't nobody stand. Didn't nobody like sexy flexy Lobo. They were like, you know, but he was still Lobo. It was new 52, but he was still Lobo. He said, just in case you felt like you wanted to go 3 rounds in the sack instead of in the ring, I thought I'd bring you something pretty to look at. Lobo, fool with it, ain't he? Said I'll bring you lady something pretty to look at. And you know, he got guns, he's shooting and whatnot, but Wonder Woman Cole cut off his arm, and Yara took it and hit him with it. Okay. I thought they was gonna do Lobo dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because his arm grew back, and it grew back with the chain wrapped around it. He didn't have the chain when he lost it. So I'm like, huh? So maybe Joshua Williams did that on purpose. I'm sorry, not Joshua Williams. He did the last story. Yoel Jones did that on purpose. But we're gonna say he did. Donna and Cassandra pile on, and they just socking and a punching. But Lobo basically ends up beating the shit out of all 3 of them. And did it in a couple pages too. Didn't take him long at all. And he said, "How about it, dawg? Give me a kiss and I'll go easy on you." But Diana shows up just in time to separate him from his legs. She Anakin Skywalkered him. And takes his motorcycle and runs him over with it. Now, at this point, God, the presence, decides he wants to have his own little contest. So here we go. And me and Graham Adam was talking about this the other night. To test the full power of two evenly matched immortals, this round will be a series of classic contests designed to establish which of our brawlers is the one true champion. Okay, first match is a galactic slap match. Pow! Looks like Wonder Woman took that one. Second contest is a shin kicking contest. Shin kicking contest. Lobo broke her shit. Chess boxing. Chess boxing and chess boxing. Chess boxing, actually playing chess. Wonder Woman beats him playing chess. And then chess boxing, actual boxing, Wonder Woman beats him in that. So I don't know if that's considered one contest because they end up saying it's 2-2 because Karjitsu is the last one and Lobo takes that. So that's them fighting in a car. Karjitsu fighting in a car. Well, if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, you've definitely fought in a car. I didn't know it had a name. It's called Karjitsu. Okay, so much for their side battle. The final battle, Wonder Woman versus Lobo in gladiatorial combat in an arena. And this arena is surrounded with weapons. So if you lose or break a weapon, you can just go and grab another. They got guns. They got guns. Lobo came back with guns. And his logic is, I ain't got time to BS around with you. We talking about all of this. This is for the King Omega. I got to be that King Omega because I'm that brawler, killer, murder, death, kill type of guy. So, but we know it's Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? You're not shooting her. So instead, he just tosses a grenade. This gave her time. This is how fast Wonder Woman is. She's so fast. She dodged his grenade and he didn't even see her dodge it. And she got behind him, grabbed his chain off his wrist and took the hook and threw it in his back. Speed feats, bro. Speed feats. And the other end, she hooked herself a sword and shield. So she getting ready to go all 300 on him. You know what I'm saying? Sword and shield type attack. And so after putting his hook in his back, he promptly rips it out. Just rips it out and throws and hits her in her side and pulls her in. Things ain't going so well for Diana. Then she tries to stab him with the Xiphos and gets her wrist broke. Oh, excuse me. Snap. So, at this point, let us assess where the battle is at this point. Wonder Woman is in the grip of Lobo with his hook in her side and a broken wrist. I would say, or one would venture to say, that Diana just might be on the brink of defeat. Okay. Lobo makes one mistake. Because it would have been in the bag if Lobo, and this is what I sometimes say is some people's weakness, Lobo decide that was a good time to monologue. So he's monologuing. Let's just listen in on what Lobo says. Didn't nobody tell you? I'm the big cheese, the main man, the toughest, orneriest son of a stitch in the fragging universe. The mean hombre who made a deal with the damn almighty so's I can't die. I ain't overly religious, but didn't he just take God's name in vain? Ain't that what that is when you say that? You're mentioning him, but you ain't mentioning him in no meaningful way about him. Can you say plot armor? Because her ass was beat. Let's just be honest. She was beat. I love Diana to pieces, but her ass was kicked. She was done. Finito. So we got to write some plot armor in there to save her ass. That's what this is. You took God's name in vain. So God revoked the agreement that you can't die. And at the very last minute, Diana powers up and does this. I'm going ahead and be honest with you. That's some bogus shit. I like the book. I enjoyed the fight, but that ending is bogus. Period. Point. I mean, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but that's bogus to me, man. If Wonder Woman gonna lose, just let her lose. And here's how I feel with the DC KO thing. Wonder Woman remaining in the contest better be significant, other than she's part of the Trinity. You got rid of Batman from the rip. Gone and get rid of her too, and then just let it be Superman or somebody else. I don't even know if that's gonna be the person that ends up being the King Omega. But anyway, that ain't a straight cheat. I mean, help me, help us, help us. So that's just how I feel about it. Y'all might feel different, but I just feel like that shit was a cheat. You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and shift gears and and get away from DC altogether, because I might get started. Yeah, but until I get that she's self-healing, Lobo is 10 times more self-healing than Wonder Woman. Matter of fact, before that got revoked, if she had a did what she just did to him to win, that would have made more of him. And she'd have been dealing with like 3 or 4 Lobos. So, or he could have just regenerated from it altogether without none of that. And then she would have still been there with a broke wrist and a hook in her side. And that's what I'm saying. That's yeah. I love Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman just as much as the next person, but that ain't no way to write her. There. That's what I want to say. That's not how you should have written Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman should not have had to win by oversight and loopholes. You know what I mean? If she's Wonder Woman, she's Wonder Woman. Let her be Wonder Woman, for better or worse. That's just how I feel about it. It might be a different thing, but to me, that was a cop-out. You know what I'm saying? That could have been wrote 100 different ways. So, okay, let me stop. Let me stop, because I'm doing the most. I'm gonna go. Space Ghost, number 7, by my friend David Pepose and Jonathan Lau. This is a good book. And I ain't saying that just because I done interviewed the writer. It's a good book. I mean, it's written in a episodic sort of way. So for me anyway, it harkens back to a time when you didn't have to have one plot carry on for like 6, 7 issues. You had the story was introduced, something happened, the hero got in trouble. In the next issue, the hero got out of trouble and went and licked his wounds and then came back and resolved the situation. That was how comics work. Harkens back to that. We ain't going on for 4 and 5. Look, this is issue 7, and Space Ghost done already dealt with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 villains. That's an average of a villain every issue. Look at that. He's resolving issues. He's taking care of bad guys. We're seeing it happen in real time. Some of them come back, but it's supposed to be fun like that, right? So that you can get another story with Metalis, or you can get another story with Zorak, or something like that. But anywho, there's an experiment going on at Contra Industries. And at Contra Industries, Dr. Suni or Sunev, and yes, we need more of that. These overreaching cosmic story arcs that take 12 freaking issues do not have to occur bi-monthly. You know what I'm saying? Or every other 6 months, or whatever, how long it take you to tell your epic tale. We don't need a bunch of those a year. All I'm saying. Or even just the month-to-month stories. They don't have to go on for 6, 7 issues. You don't have to. You can give me a couple collectibles. Give me a couple collectible comics. Those are collectible. You go back and check. The ones that are worth something, most of those comics were resolved 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3 issues. Go check it. What is it? Spider-Man 126, 127? Green Goblin? Gwen Stacy dies? Black Panther 52, 53. Fantastic Four meet the Black Panther. Fantastic Four team up with the Black Panther. All right, let's get back to Space Ghost. That's just more comic book collecting information for you. You know what I'm saying? You can make a living doing this. You just have to be able to. It's just like the stock market. It's just like the stock market. You just have to predict. I'm giving away too much. Let me shut up. Space Ghost, Dr. Suniv, and Dr. Cyclo are viewing the potential experiments of Dr. Contra. For those of you that have been following this story, Dr. Contra is the grandfather of Jan and Jace. He just popped up. I think it was at the end of the first Space Ghost annual. And he was like, hey, I'm the kid's granddad, and I'm here to take them away and to be with me. And you know what I'm saying? And Space Ghost had to deal with all of that. But anyway, he's about to activate the first antimatter reactor. He's worked so hard to clean energy for everyone. You know what I'm saying? The usual stuff. The applications and benefits are justified in the risk. Right. And so we get a rare picture of Jan and Jace not wearing their signature blue and gold outfits. Look, they look like normal children from the future. That's an interesting design on them shirts. But yeah, he manages to ignite the reactor. Now, after he ignites the reactor, Dr. Cyclo, who is in the laboratory at Contra Industries, that was called, yeah, he's there. Dr. Cyclo. And in burst the cyclopeds. Now, does he just call them cyclopeds, or does everybody call them cyclopeds? They just call them robots and big metal monsters. If I was trying to do some underhanded stuff, I probably wouldn't name my robots D-Real Destroyers. Just a thought. Wouldn't name it unless I'm just gonna fully embrace my bad guyness. You know, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be a bad guy, okay, I'm back. All this blinking out got to stop. It's harshing my vibe, man. Okay. Anyways, Space Ghost decides it's a good idea to do his Space Ghost thing around an antimatter reactor. I'm going to sock up robots and smack them around, and I'm going to have Blip shoot at them with a laser gun. All this going on around an antimatter reactor. Yeah. I don't think Space Ghost was thinking when he decided that he was going to say today. Because he's already hanging in the back under Inviso power and listening to Dr. Contra say all this nice stuff about making a future for his grandbabies. And he was hating. He was hating. Why would you not want them to have it? And my man's, he's loaded. He got paper. He got yaper. Why would you not want him? I mean, it ain't got to be like no child custody thing, but I let him go hang out with him a little while. You know what I'm saying? I go on some secret missions, you know? Anyway, as you might expect, the reactor ruptures and Dr. Contra is bathed in its energies. Look out, Granddad. So they get him to the hospital and they go visit him. Space Ghost takes off his Space Ghost gear and they go visit him. And he's talking to him and he like, oh, I'm fine, kids. Let me get out of the hospital so I can go finish making my beautiful reactor. You know, and they like, no, you need to stay in the hospital and chill till you fully recovered. He just went left. Don't tell me what to do, you sniveling little brats. Damn. Where did that come from? And that's how Jan, Jason, Space Ghost reacted to it rather than, are you tripping? What's wrong with you talking to? They were just like, And Space Ghost is like, let's let him get, and they leave the hospital, right? And switch scenes to Cyclotech Laboratories, where Dr. Cyclo is trying to figure out another plan, another plot, and somebody pulls up on him at his headquarters. And he don't know who it is, but they telling him, you the one. He's asking, what are you? And he's like, honestly, I'm surprised you don't recognize me. After all, I am his creation. So he blamed, well, if it wasn't for Dr. Cyclo, the Cyclopairs wouldn't have been in there and Space Ghost wouldn't have wrecked up the reactor and made it bathe energy all over it. But he's not mad at Space Ghost. Okay, all right. A villain with foresight. Who knew? This antimatter man, I can't quite explain what he did to Dr. Cyclo. Did he, I don't know if he turned him into stone or if you're an antimatter man and you just, what happened? His body's petrified and the whole room smells like ozone, is what Jay said. So, I don't know, did he rearrange his molecules? I don't know. It looks like that. But Space Ghost blasts a little chunk off of him because he's like, I'm going to take this back to my lab and see if I can analyze and see what it's made of. But on his way back to the lab, he decides to stop at Dr. Contra's place. And he said, Dr. Contra, we need to talk. And he starts talking, like walking through the house, talking, telling them, oh, we ran into this guy that got turned to this and this, that, and the other. And it seems like there was this, that, and the other involved. And I don't know if that triggers him emotionally, but he looks nervous about Space Ghost being there, and then he gets nervous and he Antimatter Man's up. And Space Ghost wants to go and brawl with him, but Antimatter Man appears to have something for that ass. And he's going for the sock. You see him cocking his fist back. He getting ready to go for the sock. But then he flipped the script on him and say, I'm going to hit you with fire and ice. And you see what the Antimatter Man did. Oh, I got this, Space Ghost. Bet. You can tell, or you should be able to tell, that he's a scientist by the way he talks. Check it. Fire and ice. What truly elegant weapons. Two equal yet opposing forces, just like us. But it is child's play for me to manipulate their molecular structure. Each on their own, these elements form the building blocks of the entire universe. But when they are suddenly brought together, the final results can prove quite explosive. Case in point. It exploded like a mug. So, Space Ghost is laying in that rubble, zonked out. Antimatter Man just standing there. I hope you'd be made of sterner stuff. Yet instead, you're just as frail as the rest of them. Luckily for you, I have unfinished business that requires my attention. But if our paths do cross again, hero, I won't be so forgiving next time. And disappears. And Space Ghost can tell from the radiation measurement and the levels from him, porting away, that to reach overload soon. I don't know how he figured all of that from that. But Jen and Jace end up walking into Contra Industries at the same time the Antimatter Man arrives there. And together, we will finish what I've started, or we will die trying. Next issue, Countdown to Annihilation. Very simple, very succinct, very to the point. Those are the kind of comics that keep people coming back. Quick, compact stories. It contains everything and that's what makes those epic stories, those long story arcs so worth it, because you don't beat us up with long story arcs all the time. I enjoy a good epic read as much as the next guy, but every single comic I collect should not be, I got to collect 15 issues just to get the gist of just one story. Shouldn't be like that. And then you purposely skimp in the main book as far as skirmishes and battles and that kind of thing, but that's where the bulk of the story is. And come on, me too. I prefer the little short stuff. I mean, you can have an overreaching story in all of those short little arcs. Like, for instance, I'll give you the perfect example. Iron Fist's comic book back in 1977. Throughout the book, not every issue, but maybe one issue here, one issue there, there would be someone who stayed in darkness, and they had martial arts skills just as good as Iron Fist. And Iron Fist recognized the skills that the people were using, you know what I'm saying, as stuff. And so he's like, whoever this is that keeps ambushing me is from Kunlun. And later on in the comic, maybe issue 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that, they grab him in a bear hug and their chests touch each other's. I pause. And he saps his chi. And so he gets a little bit of Iron Fist power, and Iron Fist loses a little bit of Iron Fist power. It's not until, I don't see how you can't see somebody who's bear hugging you, but it isn't until in Marvel Team Up that is revealed to be Steel Serpent. That would not be a bad action figure, Kamoyo, while I'm thinking about it. Steel Serpent. And I can send you some pics of Steel Serpent. Okay. Upward and onward, we continue. With the story that had a little bit twist to it, had a little bit twist to it, had a little bit twist to it. The battles did not go the way you thought they was gonna go. Harley Quinn versus Zatanna. Okay. When we pull up for round one, there's a magical artifact room. They're running around in it. Harley's breaking stuff. She pulls up on Zatanna. Zatanna goes to shake her hand and say, hey, let's fight fair. And Harley, in the throat with the handle of her mallet. Harley's justification. What's fair about fighting one of the world's strongest magic users? That's not fair. And Harley's got a point. But be in a damn contest then. If you can't handle who you going up against, I mean, you're going to be outmatched. Maybe you wasn't meant to be the King Omega. But anyway, instead of fighting, Zatanna decides to run away. At first she's running away and she's got her heels on, but then she realizes her stuff's going click, 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 click. So she ditches the heels and she's running around in there barefoot. So Harley finally catches up to her and and she wound up, you know what I'm saying? Or wind up before she did it. So, ooh, that's got to knock something loose. You know what I'm saying? That's got to knock something loose. And the whole time, she's talking about how neat it would be to be a King Omega and talks about it in the same fashion. You know, Harley Quinn. We get that. So she's hurt internally. Her throat's messed up. Easy win for Harley. Easy work. Harley made that shit look effortless. You know what I'm saying? And why? Because she crazy. Crazy is a superpower. Crazy works for her. Crazy works for the Joker. Crazy works for the Creeper. Crazy works for Madcap. Crazy works for Chibe. Crazy works for a lot of villains, of people in comics, period. I feel like detachment from reality or unhinged dissociative personality disorder should give yo strategizing 2-column shifts to the right, because it ain't really no strategizing to be done. You just kind of randomly react with your craziness and it worked. I don't know. But anyway, for round 2, where they get to choose their forms, I mean, Harley Quinn always been Harley Quinn, right? So we just get a series of, ooh, what costume should I wear? How should I come at her? With a mallet, a chainsaw? What should I do? And so Zatanna's not caught up in none of that. Zatanna's like, you know what? I just thought about it. Harley, if I wanted to, I could kick your ass with my bare hands. And Harley's like, say what? Z, you talking about going bare knuckles with me? I like that, but you must know you're gonna get your ass kicked. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's the kind of like how the conversation went. And she's mad because she got beat by dirty tricks in the first round. And Harley's trying to tell her, B, you better figure out how to use something besides your magic, because what you gonna do if this same situation come up? What's your backup plan? Girl, you better be ready to fight dirty, is all I'm saying. And that's basically what Harley says to her. And she's like, all right, but come on, run this fade. And what Zatanna ain't understanding is, when I come at you to run this fade on you, you better fight with, Duke of Queensberry rules and all of that kind of stuff. That ain't how Harley Quinn do it. Snatched her earring out of her ear. I'm not playing with you. You gonna have to get unalive if you can't hang with this level of ruthlessness I'm about to put on you. And so Zatanna like, all right, bet I could get ruthless. She picks up some debris and stabs Harley in the leg. So Harley responds like Vera on Harlem Nights. Oh, you wants to be stabbing people. She said, stab me and I stab your ass back. Hey, you see what she said, right? A thigh for a thigh. So basically, it comes down to, you're going to have to fight dirty if you want to beat me. I think Z's picking up what's being put down. I'm going to go ahead and fight dirty. And it works a little bit because she started putting paws on her. And ends up taking her down. Barehanded. Not how we expect Zatanna to do it all the time, but it's nice to know she can if she has to. Now, for the third bout, Harley Quinn has a request. She says, give me some of your magic so that me and you can square off on a level ground. Now, the cheating we saw going on in that Wonder Woman Lobo fight, if I'm Zatanna, I ain't giving you yet. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna have to wear this L with pride. And she goes ahead and does it with her dumb ass. And they get into it. And she pulls out a magical gun and shoots Zatanna with it. And then proceeds to begin breaking her down psychologically. Remember, she's got a psychology background. You don't just stand in Zatara's shadow. That's her father. You set up shop there. You bought real estate there. Dead daddy's girl. You made peace with being haunted by him because at least then it still feels like he's around. Now, what we don't understand is Harley's doing it on purpose. Zatanna don't speak no spell.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand that.
I didn't say that word. Anyway. Lashed out. Full fury. They ain't speaking no spell. Magic coming out though. So for those of you that say, she got to make it backward, if she really get pissed off, she ain't got to do nothing but just this. She impaled Harley on magical force. And then we have this really tender, sad anime moment where she basically kind of tells her, I'm glad I did this for you because you got a better chance at being the King Omega. And she was very unselfish. That was very unselfish of Harleen Quinzel. But I don't know. All this time Zatanna been in comics, she ain't never unalived anybody. This was the first time she unalived somebody. I don't believe that. But she gets the Omega energy. And with Harley's blood on her hands, she asks, who wants a piece of Zatanna? Harley is a deceptively complex character. She is, and I think that is the appeal to her. She leans into the dumb blonde thing, but she's anything but. Yeah. So the moral to this story is underestimate Harleen Quinzel at your peril. You say Zatanna has probably knocked off magical beings. Yeah, but to say she ain't never, you in the Justice League. Even people in the Justice League accidentally unalive people or circumstances call for, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, never hit a henchman too hard and knock him off a cliff, something like that. You know what I mean? There's always some accidental. But the interlude and the stuff that goes on in the DCKO thing is Darkseid has materialized in the moment, but Darkseid is in the body of Booster Gold. And he's beaten Doomsday and the World Forger, and the only thing standing in his way is Gorilla Grodd? Yeah, that ain't looking so good, fam. But Gorilla Grodd is able to hit Booster Gold that slash Darkseid's brain with a psychic attack. So he's holding Darkseid at bay with a psychic attack in this weaker form. And this, by the way, is round 5. Round 4 is Cyborg and Swamp Thing. I will, when I get a hold of that, I will get that one to you as soon as possible. Now let's do the last book of the night we're going to do, and that is The Phantom, number 4, by Ray Fawkes and Russell Olson. How many times I got to keep saying this? Ray Fawkes and Russell Olson. Fawkes. Fawkes. Anyway, the Singh Brotherhood has laid siege to the Bengala village, and the son of the tribal leader, and they ain't like a tribe like they ain't a tribe like that. It's more like a village. It's a village. Let's call it a village instead of a tribe, so you don't think it's, you know what I'm saying, grass skirts and whatnot. I mean, that's what it was back in the day, but they've updated it now to where Bengala is more modernized. They wear shorts and Panama shirts and, you know, and flip-flops. So, you know, they're, you know what I'm saying, they got houses that they live in, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, anyway, they've been taken hostage by the Singh Brotherhood. But Garan, the son of the village leader, manages to escape. Garan is also the best friend of Kit Walker, aka the Phantom. So you got all of these Singh Brotherhood mercenaries all over the place. And as we remember from the last issue, the Phantom has been using hit and run tactics where he's just bop, 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 knocking the cat off, jump on the Jeep, bop, 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 knocking him, you know, bop, 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 everybody. He just slowly knocking them off one by one. And the advantage that he has is, you know, the advantage that gives all Phantoms their advantage. They have influenced people into believing that the Phantom is the same being that has been around since the 15th century. And that's why they call his nicknames are like the ghost who walks or the man who cannot die, that kind of thing. So that's what they play on. I'm the same Phantom that was back then, and I got these rings with little Phantom heads on. I punch you and leave my mark on you, and that kind of a thing. But he's been knocking folks off. But the leader of the Singh Brotherhood is hip to it. And he's like, nah, ain't no Phantom out here. Ain't no Phantom out here. And we're going to prove it tonight that it ain't no Phantom out here. Bring him to me. It's a human. It's a human cat out there. Bring him to me. And so they're all out there looking for the. So now they are actively looking for the Phantom. See, before the Phantom was just slipping around, pulling up on folks. You know what I'm saying? Little hit and run tactics. Excuse me. There. Little hit and run tactics. But now, almost kind of like that cover, they pulling up on him. But worst come to worst, your biggest fear shouldn't be who's going to run into you. Your worst fear should be this: getting hit by a sniper, which is exactly what happens to the Phantom. That is a serious wound. The Phantom is a very hardy fella to be able to still be moving around after that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at how my man looked with his shirt off. What's going on? Because that's what I want y'all to see. What's going on with my man? How his lady Diane had to patch him up. Okay, here you go. Just right there, where would you say entered through one lung and come out the other? Or went straight through his rib cage and he was exhaling when he got shot. So it passed through both lungs and it was just a clean shot. Am I to believe that? Okay, this is comics. Let's go ahead and say that's a clean shot and it didn't rupture a lung or the heart or nothing like that. He's still pretty up. And that is going to take some time. And that ain't something you be moving around from and all of this, unless the Phantom is truly supernatural or there's some kind of miracle drug out there that the Phantom going to be able to jump up and be moving around. Because I'm like, issue 5 going to be all about Garan, which wouldn't be a terrible thing. Because here go my man Garan. He out here with an AK-47 and flip-flops, handling business. You say, what he hit him with, a 22? Well, whatever it was, it had a scope on it. And if it had a scope on it, that means it was a rifle. And if it was a rifle, yeah, them had to be itty bitty bullets. They had to be. Any kind of rifle hits you like that, it is kitings. But what you say? He going into battle with his toes out. Hey, he ain't got. Remember, I told they modern, but they ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? But he stumbles across the Phantom, bleeding out. That's his best friend. You stumble across your best friend bleeding out, you gonna do the same thing too. You gonna carry his ass through the jungle. You gonna carry him through the jungle, and you gonna save his ass. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get him back to the Phantom Cave and his lady, and you're gonna get him hooked up. You're gonna get him taken care of. With your toes out. My man out here. Yeah. And they shooting at my man, bruh. They shoot. They shooting at my man. Garan is out there putting it on the line in flip-flops. But Garan, our boy Garan has a plan. Because he ain't tell all these people shooting at him, we got all kind of booby traps out here. So if y'all gonna chase me, I'm tripping traps like that when you step in it and it shoot your ass up in the air. We gonna get you like that. But while he out here setting booby traps for mugs, he caught one. But he African, so he know how to run from that kind of stuff. And caught my man in another booby trap. Now he fell down in a hole, slid down a tunnel into water with fish like that. I'm pretty sure he got ate up. But after that, Garan runs this little scare campaign over the walkie-talkie where he's talking, and all these people getting, caught, and he got I don't know if he got recordings or he's doing impressions or whatever, but he's he got him like, who is there? I can't see. Who got me? Who help me? You know what I'm saying? So all over the walkie-talkie. So mental warfare. So he's trying to turn everybody into sing brotherhood so that they are to the point where they truly believe they are being attacked by a phantom. But Sing is the leader. He like, He like, see, he mad. See that face? That's the face of an angry leader. He's screaming. He's mad. He's angry. So his thing is, I tire of this place and I tire of these games. Whoever you are, I know you're listening. This is Asif Singh speaking. We have your children, so let me make this simple. The Phantom will turn himself in to me personally in the village courtyard within the hour. I repeat, within the hour. If he is a coward, they die. If he is dead, they die with him. The mockery is finished now. This chaos. 1 hour to prove that the great hero yet lives and deserves his reputation. Or this accursed village watches its future die. And just like a comic strip, that's where it ends. I like these little short, sweet, and to the point. I like that. You know what I mean? You ain't got me out here all day picking up 18 issues of you know what I mean? You shouldn't have to do that to enjoy a good story or enjoy a good character. You know what I mean? It's good stuff to read. And you don't have to find it in all the same places. You know what I mean? Now, let me see what's going on here in the comments. Don't the Phantom have a gun on his hip? Yeah, and in some cases too. I think the whole idea behind it, though, was he was trying to get things done stealthily, you know what I'm saying, to maintain that phantasmic thing. It's coming out of the shadows, and it's grabbing me. What's scary? I mean, it's scary about getting shot, but Phantom, that ain't no Phantom. That's a dude in a purple suit with guns. No, his name is Guran. 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 Oh, those were tigerfish? Say they love munching on fishermen and they can get up to 5. Yeah. That's why I said I don't think we're gonna be seeing that dude no more. He's quite done. But yeah, y'all. That's what I got. And I didn't even go by the LCS today. So I got more stuff that's probably sitting in my box from probably last week, but now it's this week, but it's gonna be new to y'all. And just so y'all know, I'm covering Youngblood. I don't know if I'm going to continue to cover Youngblood because it's something about it that I don't know. It what I'm looking at means a lot to me, and if every time I look at it, I feel critical of it, and I'm just not looking at it to enjoy it. No matter how good the story is. I mean, shoot, Gene Colan used to draw Daredevil, and I love Daredevil. But when ask me how many Gene Colan drawn Daredevil comics I have, and if I do have Gene Colan drawn Daredevil comic books, it's because somebody gave them to me. I ain't buy them hoes. To his I don't like his art. I mean, I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna say that's too strong. I don't care for the style that Gene Colan draws. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. I just, that's the bottom line. I don't like the artwork. Yeah, I don't like the artwork. So I mean, ain't nothing against Gene Colan as a person. I'm sure he's a great person, but not Rich Buckler, Robbins, Frank Robbins. Oh, Frank Robbins, I don't like your art. I don't like your comic book art. But let me the deep dive getting too deep, ain't it? Okay. Y'all tune in tomorrow evening because Thursday Live gonna be live. Matter of fact, because you're here tonight, I'm gonna read you some of the topics that we will be discussing. Hey Hasbro, I might make that a segment. And the Rock With Me Nation. So that's just for y'all. We're gonna talk about y'all and what y'all been doing, and you know what? We might need to make this a regular thing. And they can't say they don't know. And they can't say they don't have no idea because they know and they have an idea because we've given them both the knowledge and the means. So if they don't, it's because they said, read between the lines. Now, Black Panther Talk is going to consist mainly of where we are as far as no T'Challa, no dollar, being non-hashtag driven, but still going after the same thing. I know a lot of y'all are going to want to be here for that. I watched Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and it ain't terrible. It's better than that dragon crap, which I will not be covering or reviewing no more. And the difference is huge. Put it like that. Where are they? They some haters. Anyway, Primal season 3. Spear is back. You said what? Spear? How do I get Spear? Wait till you see how Spear is back. I ain't gonna spoil it, but Spear is back. Shadur Sanders. You heard me. You heard me. Yeah, I said it. Shadur Sanders, Josh Allen. Do you see the difference? And it ain't got nothing to do with time in the league. And lastly, but not least, Kristi Noem and Donald Trump quotes as they relate to ICE procedure and religion. Somebody don't know what they talking about. Now, if you want to hear all of this and more, please tune in tomorrow because we gonna be wild. It's Thursday live, and it's gonna be precisely that. And we got Friday vibing coming the day after. Please make sure you pull into this channel, man. It's a bunch of things going on. We got short, we got all kind of stuff going on. Make sure you pull up. That's it from me, and I'm about to make like grease and slide. Y'all stay cool to the next one, and I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all. Let my thing song play.